Hi everybody, we're going to look at a skill review on simplifying rational expressions and functions, and we're going to relate it back to simplifying rational numbers. So if we had to simplify this rational number, the one thing that we have to do is we have to figure out what factors we can divide out. Remember, simplifying means dividing out factors. That's what we're doing. So we have to figure out what the factors are here. Now, one way to do this is I can completely factor the numerator and the denominator. So in this one, I can say, well, 24, that's the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. If you did a factor tree, you would get those factors. Then you could divide by the factors of 16, so which is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, those are the factors. So we had to know what all the factors were. That was important. Okay, now we're going to say, oh, now I can divide by 2. Divide by 2 over 2, okay? So when I divide by 2 over 2, that's going to divide the top by 2 and divide the bottom by 2. I can divide by another 2 over 2. I can divide by another 2 over 2. So left is 3/2. So there is the simplified form. Now, right, some of you are saying, yeah, I know I could have done that before. I could have said, oh, wait, this is 3 times 8 over 2 times 8. And I could divide by 8 over 8. 100% true. 100% true. That's right. Over here, you could do the same thing. You could do the same thing if you knew that there was a common factor that wasn't linear, that you didn't break it all the way down. Okay? So in this case over here, though, just like over here, I had to know the factors. I have to come up with the factors. So I have to write the factored form. So this is x plus 1 times x plus 4. And this one is x plus 1 times x plus 6. So what factors do they have in common? Well, they have x plus 1 is a factor of the top and the bottom, so we can divide this by x plus 1 over x plus 1. We can do that because they both have a factor or a multiplier of x plus 1. So if I divide that, those are gone, and this becomes x plus 4 over x plus 6. So there's how you simplify. You're finding the factors first, and then you're dividing out the common factors. One quick thing that people are going to make mistakes on, or some people make mistakes on, that I want to just warn you about is this. Especially when we get down to just one thing in the numerator or denominator, we'd have x divided by x squared plus 1, minus 1. Minus 1. So some people say, wait, there's a common, I can divide out the x's. Well, no. What are the factors of the numerator? It's just x. What are the factors of the denominator? It's an x minus 1 and an x plus 1 if you recognize that it's the difference of perfect squares. So is there a common factor between those two? There's a multiplier of x, there's a multiplier of x minus 1, multiplier of x plus 1. No common factors, so then we can't simplify anything there. So this idea about the x, this crossing out thing isn't working. This is division. Divide by 2 over 2. Divide by 2 over 2. Divide by 2 over 2 to divide out those common factors. Over here in this world, the mistake of crossing out the x and one of the x's in the bottom over here is really subtracting an x there and dividing one part of this by x there. It's weird. It's not really going to work out. All right. So whenever you cross them out, you're dividing by that common factor.